I can switch over to the camera whenever I want. And that's what I just did. I want to say hello and welcome to everyone. I want to first start with a good morning to all you Americans, which I am also American, I know, but I am not present with you. I'll be back in America in just 1 week time. But I want to say hello to people who have been in the stream. I'm going to look over my chat thing. There's Clive, Sugargal, Solar Spirit, Stormy Smith, Will Richards, Tamsin P. Wait. Oh, and Kathy and Sim785 with hello, it is me, myself, and I. I am John. On behalf of Second Dynasty, Ben is currently being attacked by a flock of geese that I pushed him into, so he's currently unavailable. We're going to be discussing several fun things. We're going to be talking about the expendable base today, and we're going to Cocytus Station, whatever it's called. I call it the expendable base because that's what my naming in my head goes to. We're going to be taking a look at the table. We're going to be looking at the multicolored parts. You've already seen them before, but it's fun to see more and more parts come together. And if you've been watching our YouTube shorts, you've already seen almost the entire hangar, but there's a second floor now that's almost done. Ben's been working on it. We'll discuss that in just a bit. Hello, welcome. Let's start with some of the sad news first. The Expendable Frontier has been delayed from July 15th to August 14th. Ben shouted at me because I kept saying September something, but yes, it's August 14th. And now he would like to share some reasons why. I'm going to share some of them with you all. One, not everything has been printed to our satisfaction. We're still working through making sure all the multicolor parts work. Some things didn't go exactly as we wanted, and we want to get that little extra time and polish that is needed. We want to give you something amazing. Two, the holidays for Ben are coming up. He has creatively hit the wall. He is out of gas and he needs his holiday. Before we were going to launch it, and then someone's just going to run it like me maybe with Albin, and we run it while it's going, and that just was not going to be great because he would be stressed about it, he'd be thinking about it, he'd want to do something. No. Now he's going to be able to do his holiday. Three, we want to do a lockdown for the Acer fleet. And what do we mean by that? We want to finish as much as possible before we launch this campaign. Many of it doesn't block us on this campaign because the things of the expendable campaign are not done by us, not done by Albin, but were done by myself and Ben. So during this time, we're going to give a chance to really finish up the last bits. I believe the reactor was released but needs a little more touch up. The cargo racks need a tiny touch up. The spacesuit. I'm not sure what was going on with that. I think that maybe it's for a future thing. If I scratch that, I think it's for a future thing. And I think there's one other thing. A cargo boarding was promised. And then the Nidhogg 270 and tactical, which is going to be finished up on. Well, we're going to try to have all of that done. No promise on that. That might just be nearing finished as we're launching. So please don't be mad at me if that doesn't turn out to be exactly true. And four, I always forget, do I use my pinky or do I use my thumb? I'm going to go with my thumb. That sounds right. We want to give you a complete adventure. Ben took him a day to write just one of the modules, and that wasn't actually completely finished. He then realized there was more content needed. He wanted to make sure that it was play tested, get the early feedback, make sure you guys don't get a non-finished adventure, which is the main point of this campaign, not just to have more stuff to print. And yes, I want to thank you for all of that. But really, ultimately, of all those reasons, it's just not ready yet to the standard we want. And it's disappointing, but it happens. Now, let's talk about some things. Yes, year, month, day for file names, Tamsin P is correct. That way it sorts properly. Though nowadays, everything does a great job self-sorting. I want to discuss several things. It says... Sim785 says delays? Heresy. Woo! Derivative content. Hey, derivative content. My budget thanks you for this delay. Well, you're welcome. We're glad. And then Sim75 then recants, says, oh, that's reasonable. Accusation of heresy is hereby withdrawn. We're so glad to hear that. We don't want to have to send Benjamin into you to make sure you understand what's going on. Okay, let's continue. Mikhail Alvis. Everyone does dates backwards. ISO 8601 or death. I see how this is. Oh, and yes, I think it is a Slurpee day. I think 7-Eleven convenience store um, does do a Slurpee today. Don't quote me on that. I've never been to I've no, I have been to a 7-Eleven once. They actually opened a 7-Eleven up in the place I visited in South Carolina. I barely recall it, but they had a bunch of hot chocolates that you could pour out on tap like they were beers. It was weird. And they had a caramel one, etc. Uh, and then people were talking all about the dates things, and I get it. Uh, there's neither heresy nor heresy. Is there heresy though? Hampson and Shergow. Oh my goodness, you make me laugh. Let's start with something that you can enjoy right now, and yes, it's weird and calorific to have stuff on tap, but you still have to pay per refill. Never, I call Nara say. Nobody ever asked how say. Good morning from Ottawa. Well, hello from Sweden, Brian. It's such a good joy. Good joy to see so many people and so many activity just looking at me talking to you in a camera. Now, you probably already saw in this little corner. You have a crown because you've talked too much. That's exactly what it means. It means that you're the next in line to be thrown into the compactor as a sacrifice to Benjamin. And that's just what it means. Hi from the Netherlands. Okay. Let's talk about something you can enjoy right now, and that is our tribe offerings. Yes, I'm always in sales pitch mode. Remember, our tribe is a monthly subscription that offers you amazing goodies that you can enjoy and print right this moment. Starting out with our GridForge at $249, let's let Benjamin take the wheel. Whee! For $249 a month, this month you're receiving a multicolor hanger set with 3 PDFs explaining how to do different types of multicolor to get a hanger. It comes with the striping, it comes with the alternate striping, it comes with a hanger floor in 16 different sizes. I believe it's 16. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because there's rotation. It is, I can't be compact and as dense as can be. Thank you, Seth. Yeah, you reach the second most common. And you have the hanger walls, which are also multicolored by printing several pieces, and then they snap together. It's pretty fun. Make sure you use Arachne. And then let's go over to the vehicles tier. I believe this is the Electo, but I've often gotten its name wrong, so do not quote me. This was a Ben ship. He looked at the Cotel, which was released, I think, 3 months ago, maybe more. I always forget. It was a lovely little ship, a potato of a ship. And the Electo was Ben seeing the original concept that I had drawn. Well, not drawn. I took existing Erebus parts and shoved them together, and he really liked the idea of that one. But when he got the Cotel, he was like, "Oh, great, thanks, John." So that's what we had to do. Now he got to do his version of the Erebus, but smaller, with actual true engines, unlike the Cotel. The Cotel still has more space. Yes, the cursed door has come back. It's always here. And then we go, the friends of Benjamin. This is a special tier for those who really just love everything Second Dynasty. It's a way of showing your support. You get not only extra goodies just from our previous releases, that's usually worth about $20 US. You get a bigger discount on anything you want to purchase that month by joining that tier, and it's available for $10.19 a month if you do an annual subscription. And I believe my manufacturer requires you to do the annual all as one lump sum payment, but you can do it for $12.22. Yes, clip that and loop it. Thank you so much, Shergar. Yes, and this month you not only get the Electo and the hanger set, you also get, I think it's Margarita. You get the Margarita ship. I don't know what it's actually called. I think it's Megara, but I get it wrong all the time. Just imagine the big shark ship, mech ship. And it's another one. This one has no faster than light, so it's Market the Fell. Yes. And that is what's available on Tribe this month. So don't forget to link. Let me give you a link if you're wondering, if you're curious. And I know I'm a huge pusher on these things. So I appreciate everyone's kindness, everyone's mercy. Uh, I always forget what's the link. Shergal, someone do the thingy. Do the link to the thing so people can to learn about it. But I'll go back to another area. Let's now take a look. I'm reading this hilariousness. The Macarena. You pilot by playing Dance Dance Revolution. Great idea, derivative content. For your name, you don't give me much derivative content, but hilariously mashups of ideas. So thank you for that. Um, Shadow Liger, Sim is a painter of culture. Hello, hello. Overboard. Hello and welcome. Uh, I'm trying to look at your little thing. It looks like your thing says either cafe or Cole. I don't know because it's a teeny tiny splotch on my monitor that's farthest away from me. Yes, there is the link. You can go enjoy it. You can look at what you can get. It's cool. Don't also forget, terrible segue. Please like, subscribe, do the things that make me happy. I love seeing the little heart thing bump up, and I see it every time someone likes it because I watch the things in the studio and the little heart goes whoosh, and it makes me so happy to see it go whoosh. And then it reminds my heart, see, it just did it. Now my heart can beat again. Thank you so much. You saved me. Yes. Oh, man. Okay, let's go into something even more fun than all these little things. Let's go into something a little bit less sales pitchy. Oh, yes, sign up to the campaign and you get some free things. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But let's do the close-up camera. Hello there. I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. This is our beautiful little area. And this is, I moved the table over to my right so I wouldn't be stretching so far. Oh dear. It seems that it's not going to, yes, focus. Yes. It says Cujo, my nickname. My real name is Joe. Jojo. Listen to the double speed playback, Doug. Listen to the double speed playback, and you'll get back to this and you'll be like, why did I do that? John, is almost impossible to listen to at faster speeds. I often listen to things at fast speed, and then I start speaking that way, and it's not good for me. This is the med bay. No, medical lab, not med bay. There's going to be science equipment, all kinds of fun stuff everywhere you go. And we have these little doors, and they print multicolor, and I'm just so happy. The walls do a kind of cool thing. They do 5 colors, and the instructions are to add a G-code pause to your printer to swap out the yellow to the green so that it doesn't paint the band in yellow. We could totally have done, though, the yellow and black caution band as its own separate part, but I didn't think about that, and so it's already been made. Looks more like a Dalmatian. And you can see there's a lot of missing stuff. The walls are currently being printed, some of the last walls that are missing. And if you're wondering why everything's kind of droopy, it is not entirely GridForge's fault. It's that this table, I've noticed, is very, very uneven. And GridForge is trying to just, it does its own thing. Dalmatians have spots. Spots. Oh, take a look at this thing. This is one of the pieces from the engineering that we decided to do was just one piece. And it doesn't even need color. I think it looks neat. It reminds me of the Odyssey one. In fact, I think this is the Odyssey one, but the Odyssey one was multi-part. This is just a single part. You get it, and this is done in Titan Gray, I think. Titan Silk Plus. And then finally, let's just move this thing. Oh, I want to show these two. These are my friends. These are my little tools. They shove the supporting clips in, so I stop hurting my thumb. And this is the long one. And I just go. They also make a good weapon. Here is the lovely hanger. Yes, the weird cargo ship in the bay was the supporting clips. You know that, but I like that you're having fun with it. There's this little annex area, and I love this multicolor. You can't really tell in this picture, but it's multicolor, but only like a little silvery. So when you rotate and move your head, you see it doesn't really show on the camera, so forgive. I'm not going to keep shaking the camera. And again, there's some unevenness on this table, so things are kind of popping up everywhere. This old tub. Of course, I need to paint. Of course, you need to paint. Video games have told me that yellow is the color to go up, because video gamers won't look up, so they paint things yellow, so you follow the yellow. And this is actually not yellow, because we have canary lemon, which we use for the doors and such. This little canary lemon yellow. This is Gold Silk Plus from Bamboo Labs, and I think it came out pretty neat. And your safety railing. Space OSHA will come for you. Does it make the shake? I'm sorry, I have a shaky cam because I have a shaky hand. Because I want to have soda, but I don't have any soda. And Ben was supposed to give me soda yesterday, but he forgot. He was supposed to give me soda the day before that, but he forgot. So now I'm out of soda and I can't afford any more soda. But if you remember to like and subscribe enough, I'll get enough of a reward that I can buy soda today. From Ika, or maybe from Viddy's, or maybe from the other place that I forget. Hemsher. Oh, there's also these little fun doors. Look at that fun door. Isn't that a fun door? Nor that you could see the thing there. I moved this table rapidly. Yes, the good thing about the yellow letters is that you can print those pieces separately. And getting a good yellow is hard. Yeah, there's not a lot of good yellows. The supported clip version? I guess so. But the yellow's printed pretty nicely. I don't even do what's it called? The color tower thingy. That's I think it's everything I can show you. If there's anything I forgot to show you, Ben can tell me later. But this is everything, and I think it's so. Please focus, camera. There you go. Thank you. You're gonna experience buffering because it's so bad. But yeah, that's everything. Isn't that so cool? And the engineering area is not even done. So let's go back to just camera. Hello. That was fun. I'm glad I have the table right next to me instead of trying to go behind myself. Yes. Yeah, paint pink. When you're doing yellow, paint pink first. It really brings up that beautiful orangey look to the yellows, that safety. Oh no, human face. Sim785, don't make me get the Benjamin mask. But it's a real joy. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. We've already discussed delays. We even got a like. Thank you for whoever just liked. I don't know who did like it, but someone did, so thank you. We got a like. We got the discussion on delay till August 14th for Expendable Frontier campaign. We did the tribe. I showed off the table. I've wasted time, but with my little jokes of shoving things through a window. And now we're supposed to do something else. I'm supposed to work, I think. Yes. Work. That's what we should do. So let's begin that thing that I'm paid to do. Where am I go? There. I want to discuss some of the things that we're missing that you've been probably wondering about. Just play. No work. Exactly, Kathy. This is my little scene, and I've organized it. I know you can't see under my mouse, but it just says like medical. Then collection 2 is what I've printed for medical. Then I have hanger on 3, what needs to be printed. And then I have hanger, what has been printed. Then engineering, what needs to be printed. Engineering, what I've already printed. Some risers, which are new. The hallway, I haven't started yet. I don't think I've printed. I printed that on the hallway, which is nothing. Why did I print that? Is it just... Oh, yeah, it's because it's a 4x4. I had plenty of time to do 4x4s. Oh, layout-wise, the door with equipment right beside the entrance is a bit of a you mean the this area? It's not actually medical. It can do medical, but it's more a lab than a place for you. Oh yeah. Oh, and I'm on Blender 4.4 still. Wait, is there a Blender 4? Every single time I finally update, they turn around and make another copy. Yes. But no, it's a this will be the main entrance, and you can kind of let me just turn on the areas so you can see the intended flow. Because we made it work. Ooh, this is a stretch. Oh, I have another shift key, I forget. I like to only have up to 9 because then I can just use my num keys on top of my num row. And this is the entire base. We're going to have little risers there. Oh, you've already seen them. They do their job. Some clippies here. But this now fits on a 2x3 area, which is great. And Blasted, you bring up so many good points, but we're going to have to, we need you to test out our new scanning machine. It's right here next to this lamprey. Yes. Oh, John sounds so slow now that you've caught up. Doug, do you want me to go a little bit faster? Is this a little bit better for you? So we're discussing different things around here. We're currently working on the medical area. I have this much left to print, and I've already started a print job for this other area. Is that better? I hope is that more what you prefer? Because, yeah, okay. Then we have this area. This is not yet ready to print. Oh, much better, says Doug. I can't do that forever. Paint John Red, he'll go faster. This area, when I went to look at it, this little, like, there's stuff missing, and Ben's been fixing it up. Yay, ADHD mode! The square floor towers are 25.2, and the grids are 25.4, just for tolerances overboard. Yes. And this whole area is being redone by Ben. I think he's gotten quite a bit. I think he's gone to here. I think, don't quote me on that, fixes. And he's been working on it so I can have that ready to go by next stream. I actually don't know who's streaming next week. That's I have to ask Ben about. We are going to have, for the first time, I believe for the first time ever, please, someone who knows our products better, correct me. This is our first modular airlock. Like, you can stretch this as long as you want. And I think we've always kind of like specified a size to the airlock. It's always been like jumbled together as a 2x2. I think we have a 1x2 and a 2x2. And yeah, I think this is our first time where you can just make it as long as you want, and you can technically make it wider now too, because yes, people are answering the question. I can't do that right now because these are grouped together. Yeah, it's a 2x2.5. That is an unusual one, but that was to try to fit an area. But this is our first you choose the length without having to do custom parts. And people ask, is this a font? It's not a font. It was inspired by the Orbitron font, but it's designed around printability in the upper thing. This was manually modeled to get it to slice well. That took a lot longer than we thought to make sure it all looked clean, and that's still being tested. I don't have an answer exactly when that's going to be ready. I'm hoping next week we can have all this printed and put in place. And we're not going to have as many colors as you see. Please note that some of this is printed just for the fun of it. There's one with a slot for the docking tube. Yes. Shergal knows our area very well. We're not having this many colors on just a random part. This is just for renders and ideas. Some of it can be done where we can have like a slide out area and you can do a different color item, but I don't think we're doing it for everything. Why is the normal so weird? Oh. Don't love that. Okay. I have been tasked with working on medical. I've been doing that, and I also been working a little bit on engineering. So the engineer is going to have some interesting choices There's still going to be some older tiles just to speed things along. This will probably not be a multicolor piece. We don't really have a way for GridForge to support these big open lock clips. It's just not part of the standard. The tiles aren't thick enough. There's, you get that problems. AE35 failure. What does that mean? Is this a joke that I'm just not smart enough to understand? And the rippling is fake. It was just a very quick texture I made. Ooh, can I show you guys something? Let me pull around this. We ordered, it was on sale. And by that I mean they actually had discounted it. And I've already opened it, so let me see if I can pull this out. Let me see. This is PLA translucent. It looks pretty neat. I think putting this, where's my big camera? Putting this material, it's like a teal translucent. I wish you could see it as well as I do, but it has this neat look to it. It's almost like liquid on the, I know it's in plastic, but I don't want to open it until we start playing with it, because I was told it can string if it gets too much moisture, which is true of all PLAs. But it's like a PLA teal translucent. We've been ordering so many filaments to test things out. You've started a craze of translucent. Yes, you have, Kathy. You have. You've done it. You've done goofed. Now everyone's gonna do it. And this is an area that, while it's not yet available, I'm very much looking forward to. Let me just shade this with an auto. Oh, what is it called? Normals. Weighted normals. There you go. Weighted normals are closer to how it will look when it actually is printed. Those little errors are. Yeah, we got another filament in. I haven't opened it yet. It's another PLA translucent, and it's called something light jade, and it looks like a coolant. 2001. Wasn't that when there was a Space Odyssey? I recall no failures, and you're correct. There were no failures on Space Odyssey. It did exactly what its purpose was. Let me it's bugging me that some of the tiles are popping up. I need to check why. I think, yeah, it's just the table underneath is causing unevenness, so they eventually pop back up. I need to remember, enemy of perfection's enemy of good. Using old ones, yes, you get it. We have so much to do, and I need to make another specialty one that has the neat rippling here, so that people can have a fun. Yes, I made a terrible mistake, by the way. I accidentally sliced so many of the GridForge grids, these things, with slow down for curve perimeters, which you're not supposed to do. It really messes up the bridging on the bamboo printers. It's not a good setting. Do not use it. Perfection enemy of good enough. Tubes. The tubes. I speak English. So what was I doing today? Yes. We're going to have to make a decision on these. And you don't get to make the decision. I'm just letting you know that we need to make it. I've talked to Ben on these little bandings of white and blue. I was thinking, and maybe I can get your thoughts on this. You don't get to, again, you don't get a real say. I just want you to know that. Oh, is there someone over there? Is someone over there? No. I want you to see the horror that I get from when I get parts from Ben. I see your shadow, mister. Come closer. Do you want everyone to see you?
Oh, you're streaming.
Yes. Let me turn on the camera so everyone can see the wonderful you.
Oh,
This
there I am.
This is Mr. Hannes.
I don't even know. There's the camera.
Yes.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going wonderfully. We have so many people trying to say, please let me escape. Why are you holding me here? But it's okay.
Huh? Good. Keep at it.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing wonderful.
Yes. Will I see you later?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Yes. They all said hello to you. They said you were the highlight of the stream. Okay. But when I work on his the things, you speak English, but it could be faster. Yes. Yes, I'm thinking for the blue, we need to make a decision. And there's so many of these little materials that I don't know what they are for. So let's make this ash gray. Like, I don't need it needs to be a consistent color. I have a ash gray somewhere, but I forget where it's at. But I don't do it on this one. So this one I'm going to, let's see, what is this one? I never know what things are. Like, this isn't actually in use. But then I delete it and it was in use. Like, explain this to me. Does it make any sense to you? Okay. I'm going to select everything that's this metal and assign it to the light gray. And then all of this is light gray, which is fine. That's dark light. We're going to assign it to this one. And we can get rid of this one and the metal. And then we have these two. And this light gray is a little too light. There we go. And it's not metallic. Ooh, that's a tree. Let's bring it down. So I'm thinking doing like a silver, not silver, but the ash gray that we use all the time for this color gray that you can see in the camera. And then I was going to do this silk white. Do I have silk white in here? I forget I don't have any of my colors. Now I was going to do silk white and silk blue. There's a tree floor tile. Well, it does this. It's the fake world. If you turn the roughness down and turn the metallic up, you can see into this little imaginary world that they've made. Environment map. That is my current default environment map. There's the dirt, and there's the trees. You're not supposed to look at it that hard. So it's just meant to be something to reflect. There you go. So I was thinking about just doing a simple silk with a silk blue. So let's talk about how we do this and let's prep this item more for printing. We're going to select all of these and we're going to we'll make sure they're not linked. They are linked, which is dangerous. So we're going to select them using this system. And we're going to do a Y to separate them. And then we're going to do an H. And then we're going to start setting up. So there's some extra polygons on this that we can probably get rid of. And some errors from bin. Their errors are not that big a deal. They are kind of just fine. It's not a huge problem, but we do need to fix it. So let's go through and start fixing this. Because there's some strangeness going on here. Actually, yeah, there's a lot of strangeness. So let's clean this up. And this is kind of what I've been doing most of my time. Linking is dangerous. That's a great question, and I wish I had explained what I was doing. Yeah, you could do a print in place with some ported clip tree. The point is of linking being dangerous is that you no longer have the control you're looking for over where materials go. Because we're prepping this not for not for the looks in this thing, but how it's going to handle in other areas. Let me turn on lipstick, which is actually auto merge, but I call it lipstick. I love lipstick. It's my favorite thing in Blender as a feature. And by lipstick, I mean auto merge vertices. If you don't have it on, I'm going to show you what happens. You actually have an open edge here. So if I do this, you see it's not actually connected. But if I extrude with the lipstick feature on, it's all merged. And now we are able to control where the slicer is going to make the blue and the white very accurately. And this mesh actually has a lot of extra vertices we don't care about. I get why they're there. They were there for a better bridge, but I don't mind in-gone bridges, especially ones that don't need all this extra detail. Like there's these little bits that don't care. Yes, linking does funny things when we import into the slicer. We intentionally do not want things to link. They shouldn't share a vertex. Because then we have control over the printing and it's a lot easier to set up. And it processes the printing a little differently, I noticed. It does less with that thing where it tries to do some bleed through. I've been wondering, would you guys like to see what keys I'm pressing when I'm working or no? Because I can turn it on. So here's what I can do. In the bottom left, you just see what I'm doing, like when I'm clicking and such, and what keyboard commands are being done. If that's something you think is neat, let me know. If it's something that's just a waste of time, also let me know. Yes, sometimes shared vertices make it non-manifold, which manifold just means it's an object that can exist in real 3D space, in real space. That's not exactly true, it's just a nice simplification. Oh, well, this is a built-in, These are vertices? That sounds just like John doing Blender speedruns. And now we're going to Alt-H to get this back. Let's take a look at these. Let's link, are these linked together? Let's see. They are. I don't love that. So here's what I'm going to do. I also don't appreciate there is some weirdnesses going on with the meshing. And I think it's because he, at the time, didn't consider the cutoff, which is understandable. It happens, but it creates some weird mesh mistakes. So I'm just going to put this over to the side just so I can re-explore this. I don't like how this was done, and that's okay. So we're going to link this up, delete it. Okay. And we're going to, oh, this is why auto merge vertices is dangerous sometimes. So this won't be merged. Now I can link and get rid of that. And there is. Oh. Huh. Okay, this should be 25.4, 25.6. Oh, I accidentally did it way too far. There we go. There's a reason why we're doing everything we're doing. And then I'm going to do, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cuts. So we'll add 7 cuts. And I'm having fun. Why didn't you merge? Oh, you have an extra. Why didn't you merge here? You have an extra. Okay. Now I'm going to do a new cut at the points it needs, which I'm very bad at doing. So let me make sure I do this right. How do I do this again? I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna cheat. do an add plane. Okay. And we'll set it to 25.2. Oh, 2.52. And then I'll separate it. And then mesh. I know there's a better way of doing this. I just am very, very lazy. Delete that. And we now have our cut done. And that's just to ensure that the border actually lands at the correct spots. I also am going to do a minor change where I'm going to inset a 80 bit more than they originally did, and that should make the faces feel better. So let's do an inset of I.0. That's too much. There we go. That's reasonable. Kit bashing is a gateway into modeling. You're absolutely right. Turns out I may not have needed to do what I just did with that whole thing I did with that extensible extra cut. Because I'm going to do a cut anyway, I think I can get away without it. So let's undo that. That was me not thinking. We'll do an inset. Why is it set so high? Let's set to 0, 1. There we go. And that should be sufficient, I believe. I like that better. We'll separate that. This is how I do it. It's slightly different from Ben, but there's no harm in doing it Ben's way either. I prefer having all of these split. I think it looks better. And it lands better visually for me. When it does the slicing, you don't have that bunch up effect. And then I'm going to extrude these all the same. And how big is that? I don't know. So I'm going to just do this. 0.04 is good enough. At a certain point, you have to say, good enough. And then let's set our colors. There we go. And now we have a cleaner edge. We don't have this weird edge that's going on. And that's pretty much what I just wanted to get done in this little quick stream. Yeah, and the people are giving great ideas right in the chat. Like, people are saying start with small, useful things, stands for speakers, mounting clip for USB hub. Those are excellent suggestions. Now, I need to check how many layers this is, because I noticed some layers you need a little bit more love for some of them. And there's no way for these to merge because there's no vertices that line up with each other. So how tall is this? That is 0.4 millimeters, which is 2 layer heights. 2 layers at 0.2, which is sufficient to switch between a gray to a white. If you're doing a white, you would certain colors don't play well. I might make this have a little bit bolder look to it. In fact, I think I will. We're going to go in and we're just going to make this a little deeper. If we set this to 0.2, just one extra layer would make it to where the color shines a little bit more when it's printing. And let me make sure this is not me misunderstanding something. I'm going to go throw this into the medical lab. Floor caution tape caution. What was this? Warning stripe? Blue warning. What's it called? Warning stripes? MedLab floor. MedLab floor warning stripes. That's what I'm going to call it. And let's just pop over into Orcheslites and let's talk about something. The reason why I'm doing all these little splits and making sure nothing is merged is it makes painting so much easier. I'm going to take my thing and go over to, well, how do I do this? I almost never do this. Let's go to, does this work? Do you see this? These are my generic PLAs. So I'm going to set this to PLA Silk. I'm going to set it, I'll pick the correct color blue later. The actual picking the correct color does matter. And I'm not going to worry about this one. That can just stay on its own. I also have used a modified version with a override to do a long retraction when cut at 18 millimeters. We see the orca, hurrah, hot dog, and hooray. And now I'm going to bring in the warning stripes. No errors, and I'm going to set in the objects tab its proper filament color. It's the gray matte. Then when I go into paint mode, yeah. Doug Jeffries has a USB mount hub that clips over the top of my monitor stand so the hub is out of the way but accessible. Very extended supporting clips to hold the two. I would not use extended supporting clips for that, but hey, you do you. And I don't have to do edge detection because I've done the hard part of making sure the parts are separated. And then I can just paint. Let me do 4. I have no idea whether there's a glitch. Is there currently a bug in Orcheslicer where you have to be at a weird angle sometimes for certain things to paint. It's not fun. I do not appreciate it, and it's very annoying. And I don't know what causes it. I think it's doing a bounding box check incorrectly. Then I like to do painted. I like to paint these because it does a better job. And do I have it set to painted? Yes, I do. It's less than $100 a year for solid work. So I didn't know that. Kathy started modifying other models to make game assets manifold 3D. That's pretty neat. Manifold for 3D printing. My back hurts, Sim says. I don't want to repair the model. It's a bug. It should be doing, let me turn off the code window. And I like to make sure, so this reduces the number of filament changes. If they were merged, it doesn't act the way you want. Yeah, the surface texture is weird. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 layers. That should be enough to give a nice even color on white and blue for gray. And even if you were on black, like if we had this as a darker color, it would come up. Kathy, I just put mouse ear on just because I'm running sometimes 2-day prints and I get afraid. That's all. And those are not mouse ears. They are mouse ears, but they're not automated mouse ears. So they don't go into the main areas and cause me a fuss. I don't always do it. I'm just saying it's just something I think about. When I'm doing the long ones, the 4x, I do mouse ears. I wouldn't normally do it in this case. I just was showing it of what I do sometimes. I don't do it for 1x1, and especially not for short prints. But if I'm doing a 2-day, 7-day print, I'm going to do mouse ears. GridForge is GF, not girlfriend. And that's reasonable. And we only have 9 filament color changes because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. When you have more than one color in the thing, you have to pay a penalty. It starts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. We are actually at, and here's another thing. I have noticed you do not need a prime tower. I have done this over and over again. I have never seen a reason to have a prime tower. I don't see the problem and challenges people talk about. your sense of humor is in play. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to be printing some of these up. The printer will be done with a few more walls in just a bit. I want to say it's been a real joy to have you come by. It was a privilege to stream. This is my last stream for probably the year because I will be in America. And I'm heading back out from Sweden. It's weird. Kathy, thank you for coming. Clive, Solo Spirit, Stormy Smith, Derivative Content, Brian. There were some other people. Sim785, person who listened to me at Fast Speed, Doug. If I've forgotten people, this is not a 10-minute long goodbye. This is a faster goodbye. Thank you. I hope I have a good trip. Every single time I go on a trip, I always get extra stuff on the airport. On the plane, beforehand, it's wonderful. I got two different boxes. Thank you. And a good weekend to you all. Be well. Remember that if a friend owes you Coca-Cola, that you can demand it of them. And I will now stop working until Ben drives by and brings me what he said he was going to bring me 2 days ago. That's not better at all. I also appreciate him letting me stream. He's a bit out of creative gas right this moment. So it's been a real joy. I keep repeating myself because I don't want it to end almost in a weird way. It's a joy to see all the fun stuff, to make stuff with you guys. I will be going back down to less hours likely as we go back to America, but that's how it works. So, eat some fruit. Talk to you later. Ciao!